I'm Bo Johnson. Next week I will be posting a video addressed to President Trump and Acting IRS Commissioner Scott Bessent. I will also be sending them a letter containing the same material. Both the video and the letter are designed to hold accountable those who misuse power while shaking the conscience of a weakened but still hopeful people. Let me be clear, this letter is beyond dispute. No one will be able to contest its content or claim that all Americans are within federal jurisdiction or liable for the federal income tax. The information, citations, and definitions leave no room for doubt. Truth stands on its own. We are at a moment in history where, for the first time in generations, we have a credible opportunity for a U.S. president to acknowledge what is real, that Americans have been subjected to the wrongful application of federal jurisdiction and taxation and held in fear for more than a century. This must end. If President Trump is sincere about abolishing the IRS, if he has the courage and the resolve to act without being restrained by the powers that surround him, now is the time. Recently, President Trump announced his intention to create what he called the External Revenue Service, an agency that, according to his own words, would shift federal revenue collection towards tariffs, duties, and foreign-based revenue rather than the current internal revenue system. Whether this proposal is fully developed, legally viable, or strategically sound is something history has yet to determine. But this much is certain. The very fact that Trump even mentioned the External Revenue Service proves something beyond dispute. That the Internal Revenue model is not sacred, it's not immutable, it's not beyond reconsideration. If the federal government can rethink internal taxation, then it is only natural and lawful for the American people to assert the truth that not all Americans are within the orbit of federal jurisdiction or taxation. This is where the debate becomes unavoidable. My argument, the argument presented in the Liberty Dialogues, which is based upon the foundation of truth, is not about an agency or political branding. It is about the constitutional boundaries of federal authority. Some persons are legitimately subject to federal taxation. Others are external to federal jurisdiction unless they consent, contract, or engage in a federally taxable activity. This distinction is embedded in the Constitution and illuminated in cases like Pollock and Brushaber. Let me be clear. Trump's ERS proposal does not create this distinction. It merely reveals that even a president recognizes that the internal model is not the only model, that the federal government has options outside of taxing the American people directly, especially when such taxation is unlawfully applied. If President Trump is sincere about reforming taxation or abolishing the IRS, he must confront the truth contained in my letter. Americans have been subjected to a wrongful, fear-based application of federal tax law for more than a century. This is the moment to wake up a nation and remind its leaders that freedom is never born from coercion and cannot be sustained by it. President Trump needs to know that the American people seek only the rightful remedy concerning limited jurisdiction and taxation, and to be left alone in freedom. I am asking all who care about freedom and the restoration of the American Republic to send this letter to President Trump and to Commissioner Scott Bessent. Send it to your local elected representatives. Make your voices heard. And when you read this letter, preserve a copy as evidence of your good faith beliefs. If you ever confront the IRS, demand that its agents answer the questions presented and respond to the facts. We stand on truth, and truth once spoken cannot be silenced. As a personal appeal, I ask that you refrain from posting threats, advocating violence, or suggesting harm to anyone on the Yes to Hell With social pages. Such comments will be deleted, not only because they damage the integrity of this message, but because they place this platform and me in jeopardy. I realize that many people do not treat social media as they would a town square, places where profanity would never be shouted in front of children. But remember this, children see these videos everywhere, even on niche platforms where clips are passed around without context, so your comments matter. We stand at a crossroads in America and throughout the world. We can join forces to defeat a rising digital and totalitarian regime. We can reclaim freedom at the local level, the true high ground, and confront those who would enslave us. Let us do exactly that, with the courage, clarity, and optimism befitting a free people. Together we can unite our minds, our hearts, and our souls and demand accountability to the one thing that matters in life, freedom, as a gift to humanity and to our posterity. And as always, may truth reign supreme.